He is known for being a philosopher and nonconformist minister in the 17th century. He is recognized for preaching against persecution and advocating for moderation towards dissenters. His name is Samuel Bold. Samuel Bold, a native of Chester, lived during a time of religious persecution and controversy. Raised by a nonconformist minister, William Cook, Bold was no stranger to the challenges faced by dissenters in society. In 1682, during his tenure as the Vicar of Shapwick in Dorset, Bold delivered a sermon against persecution, which he later published with the help of Anchem Churchill. The sermon caused quite a stir, prompting Bold to publish a plea for moderation towards dissenters in an attempt to justify his views. However, his actions did not go unnoticed. The grand jury, at the next assize, presented Bold for his sermon and the plea. He was summoned before the court of William Gulston, the Bishop of Bristol, where he was accused of writing and preaching a scandalous libel. Despite writing responses to these charges, Bold was ultimately compelled to deliver 3 recantation sermons under the threat of suspension. But Bold's troubles did not end there. In the civil courts, he faced further allegations for writing a letter in support of a dissenting apothecary in Blandford. As a result, he was sentenced to pay 3 fines, spending 7 weeks in prison before the fines were settled. Fortunately, the death of the bishop and the promoter in the civil suit brought an end to Bold's ordeal, freeing him from further harassment. Through his ordeal, Samuel Bold stood firm in his beliefs and championed the cause of religious tolerance. He believed in the importance of moderation and understanding, even towards those who held different views. Bold's story serves as a reminder of the challenges faced by dissenters and the importance of standing up for one's principles, even in the face of adversity. Samuel Bold, a renowned philosopher and theologian of the 17th century, was deeply influenced by the works of John Locke. In 1697, he embarked on a series of tracts in support of Locke's Reasonableness of Christianity and an essay concerning human understanding. These works by Locke faced criticism, particularly from Reverend John Edwards, who accused Locke of being a Socinian. In response, Bold courageously entered the debate, defending Locke's ideas and challenging Edwards' arguments. In his Discourse on the True Knowledge of Christ Jesus, Bold echoed Locke's belief that it is enough for a Christian to believe that Jesus was the Christ, in line with the views of Christ and the Apostles. He praised Locke's essay, calling it one of the best books in centuries, and critiqued Edwards' tracts. Edwards quickly retaliated, prompting Bold to publish a second tract with a preface on the meaning of the terms reason and antiquity in the Socinian controversy. Throughout 1697 and 1698, the debate intensified, with Bold publishing a third tract and answering animadversions from Oxford. Despite the heated exchange, Locke acknowledged Bold's support in his second vindication of his essay. In 1703, Bold even had the opportunity to visit Locke at Oates, Essex. It was during this time that Bold contemplated publishing further tracts, but Locke advised against it. However, in 1706, Bold's remaining tracts were published. They included a discourse concerning the resurrection of the same body and 2 letters discussing the immateriality of created thinking substance. These works addressed and criticized the views put forward by John Broughton and John Norris. Additionally, Bold tackled Daniel Whitby's arguments against Locke in the discourse. Throughout his life, Bold was not only a philosopher and theologian but also a devout writer. In 1693, he published a devotional treatise titled Christ's Importunity with Sinners to Accept of Him, which contained heartfelt dedication to Mrs. Mary Cook, his late tutor's widow. In 1696, when an epidemic struck his parish, Bold penned 8 meditations on death, reflecting on mortality during times of distress. Even in the twilight years of his life, Bold continued to contribute to theological discussions. In 1717, his publisher released a tract advocating for toleration, and in 1724, he published his final controversial work, Some Thoughts Concerning Church Authority. This work was prompted by Benjamin Hoadley's sermon on the nature of the kingdom of Christ, which Bold supported. Despite facing criticism, Bold remained steadfast in his beliefs. Samuel Bold's philosophy, influenced by the works of John Locke, emphasized the importance of reason and the understanding of Christianity. His writings not only defended Locke's ideas but also delved into the nature of Christ, the resurrection, and the immateriality of the mind. Bold's devotion to his faith and his commitment to intellectual discourse serve as inspiring examples for us today as we navigate the complexities of religion and reason in our daily lives.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.